I am reading and watching Lord of the Rings for my very first time, and I am wondering why no one told me that the books so far are hilarious. This is when Bilbo is doing the riddles with Gollum. After some while, Bilbo became impatient. Well, what is it? He said. The answer's not a kettle boiling over, as you seem to think from the noise you are making. I laughed so hard out loud. So I am about halfway in. I'm on chapter. Hold on. I lost my spot when I was looking for the Bilbo quote. But I'm on chapter 8, Flies and Spiders. And these are my thoughts as someone who knows close to nothing about the whole Lord of the Rings world. Because again, I've never read the books, I've never seen the movies. These are my thoughts as a first time reader reading The Hobbit. Little rapid fire update on where I'm at right now. They just got to the edge of the Mirkwood Forest, and Daddy Gandalf is leaving them for some unknown reason. And they're gonna have to keep going on by themselves. And they're freaking the hell out. Favorite character, Gandalf. Close second is Dory. I just think it's super cute that he's been carrying Bilbo everywhere. It's so sweet. Least favorite character, I don't truly have a least favorite character, but if I had to choose one, it would probably be Thorin. Thorin? I don't know how to pronounce it, and I refuse to look things up because I don't want to spoil anything for myself. So, Thorin or Torin, tell me in the comments how I pronounce it, so I don't keep looking like an idiot. I would say he probably is my least favorite right now. He's just a little bit annoying sometimes, and he kind of bugs me. Thoughts while I was reading. I would say the first couple, maybe the first three or 3 or 4 chapters were a little bit hard to get into just because the writing style is so different than anything I've read before. Even books I've read from Brandon Sanderson or John Gwynne, it's pretty easy to understand. The dialogue in this is just different than anything I've ever read. And so getting used to that has been a little bit tricky. The other thing that made it a little bit hard to get into was just they immediately started traveling and it's kind of nothing was really going on for a while. But that's pretty common in any adventure book is the traveling just kind of gets a little monotonous after a while, but that's just the way it goes because this whole thing apparently is a journey. And so I'm just going to have to get used to that. I believe in chapter 3, they got to the last homely house, and I was a teeny bit disappointed that we didn't get to see more elves. I was hoping we would get to hang out with them for a bit, but that was very quick. They were just gone after like half a chapter. Next, I can't remember exactly what chapter this was, maybe 4 or 5. They got to the mountains, the Misty Mountains, and they were trapped in a storm. And so they, oh, which dwarves was it? Killy and Philly? Am I pronouncing that right? Are those the right names? Philly and Killy. They scouted out a cave to wait out the storm, and then they got absolutely fucked. The goblins came. Goblins? Yes. Goblins came through a crack in the wall, ambushed them, and then Daddy Gandalf saved their asses. Super badass. They were running through the tunnels, and then Dory. Sorry, there's so many names to keep straight, and I'm trying really, really hard to remember everything. Dory was carrying Bilbo, and the goblins caught up to them, and then Bilbo hit his head. And at this point, I was like, holy shit. Things are getting super crazy. Bilbo wakes up, and he finds a ring, which I'm assuming is the ring. I don't know what other ring it could be. And so I, again, was like, holy shit. I did not expect the ring to be discovered this way. I always thought that the ring was at Mordor and Bilbo had to go steal it. I thought that was the whole point of Lord of the Rings, was that Bilbo was going to the mountain to steal the ring from Schmeagol/Gollum. I don't know why he has 2 names. Don't spoil that for me if it's a spoiler. He was going to steal the ring from the little gremlin thing from Schmeagol/Gollum. So anyways, Bilbo finds the ring and I was like, holy shit, this is the ring. What does it do? It's an invisibility ring. That was very unexpected. I thought it was going to do something cooler. I'm assuming it still does something cooler because this is a lot of hype over a ring that is just an invisibility cloak. Also, I did not expect to meet Gollum this way. I thought Gollum didn't come for a long time till you're reading the actual trilogy. again, because I thought that he lived in the mountain, the Mount Doom, Sauron. I mean, Mount Doom or it's that mountain with the evil eye. I thought that Gollum lived there with the ring. Um, but no, we meet him here in the deep caves of the Misty Mountains, which was super surprising. I did really like the whole riddles situation, especially again the part where Bilbo is like, "Shut the fuck up, Kettle. What's your answer?" Moving on, Bilbo uses the ring to escape, which I thought it was sick that he already used it. I thought that was going to take a while for him to figure that out. And he finds the party outside of the mountains. They reunite. He kind of gains respect from them because of all the stuff he did on the inside of the mountain. What was interesting to me was he kept the ring a secret from them. And I don't know how that's important, but it feels important. They get chased up the trees by the wargs, and Gandalf is nimble as fuck. I was not expecting this. Who knows how? I'm guessing he's hundreds of years old, thousands of years old. I don't know. But he just scaled up this tree, zero effort, and I am very impressed. They get saved by the Eagles, King of the Eagles, I believe. And I was very, very sad on this page when it says, Bilbo never saw them again. What the hell? I got super hyped about these eagles, and then Bilbo just never sees them again. The whole party ends up staying on Bjorn's lands for a couple of days, eating and sleeping and doing all of the recovery things that they need after their journey. He's a super big homie, lends them his ponies, Gandalf a horse, a bunch of provisions. Love this guy, even though he's kind of a dick. And they finally get to the edge of the Mirkwood Forest, and Gandalf says, I'm out. I gotta go do something important. And all of the dwarves are freaking out. Bilbo's freaking out. But they can't convince him. So who knows what he's going to go do. Some questions I have at the halfway point of The Hobbit. Why is Gandalf so invested in Bilbo? He even says, Bilbo has more about him than you guess. But why? I have two theories regarding this question. The first is there might be some sort of prophecy that Gandalf wants to see fulfilled. Maybe it has to be a member of the Took family, like a Took descendant, and that's why he sought out Bilbo. Or Gandalf has some sort of ability to sense things about people, or he can see things in the future, maybe, and that's why he sought out Bilbo for this quest. Did Gandalf know that Bilbo was going to find the ring, or did he just know that Bilbo was important? Lastly, just because it's fun, two phrases that I want to add into my everyday speech. Tireder than tired, and my stomach is wagging like an empty sack. I really liked that one. I'm hoping I'll be able to finish the rest of The Hobbit in the next couple of days. I don't have nearly as much time to read as I would like, but I will come back with an update as soon as I'm done. And thanks for listening to me rant about this new journey that I'm on.